Starting with the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. Before everything else, let me present you with a prophetic verse. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm glad to be here with you. Hope that everyone is fine and doing well along with your daily activity. As in the continuation of our previous lectures, today we are going to discuss about family and characteristics of family. So we talked about the definitions and meaning of family. So let us today, before going to go for the family in details, as I have to here once again mention that family is one of from those five basic social institutions which is operating in human life. And these five basic institutions has been established to cater, to give particular service to the society, to provide a particular services in the society for the people in order to meet the needs of society and fulfill the requirements that is being needed for the people in the society. So there are five institutions that is operating basically in your life, and they have been established for a particular purpose. Like we have the very basic institution, that is family, that we have started, and educational institutions, religious institutions, political institutions, economic institutions. So these five major institutions are working in the societies to fulfill the needs of humans. So that's why before going to family and its characteristic, let us just to talk about by itself what institution is, to remind the previous lecture. So we ask about the institution. So if someone asks that what is institution, so it's differently defined by different social scientists, that institution is a social structure in which people cooperate and which influence the behavior of people and the way they live. Or we define that an institution has a purpose. An institution has a purpose. Institutions are permanent, which means that they do not end when one person is gone. An institution has rules and can enforce rules of humans' behavior. The five main elements, or the five main social institutions that are interactive and make up a society, are family, religion, education, economics, and government. So these are the five basic human institutions which is operating in human life. And these institutions are being established through a social structure in which social people, group of people are working there, and they are cooperating with each other to influence the behavior of peoples, and they are established just to provide a basic needs of human that we are requiring. So that's why the family, first we are discussing about the family institution. So these five institutions, family, religion, educations, economics, and government, these are five basic institutions which is operating in human life, and these are important for the existence of society. So let us discuss about what is the meaning of family institutions. As we talk about that family is the basic social institution from which other social institutions have grown and developed. It means that other institutions have been grown and developed with the support of the family institution. It means that family is the basic human institution that's come into being in the society. So itself, we talk about the family. That is, the word family has been driven from a Roman word that is familis, and the meaning of familis means servant. That's why we each other in family serve each other. So the family is generally regarded as a major social institution in a locus of much of a person's social activity, or it is a social unit created by blood, by marriage or adoption, and can be described as a nuclear parents and children, or extended encompassing other relatives. It means that in a family there might be only parents and children, or which we call a nuclear family, that there is only husband and wife plus children, or it might be an extended family, other relative also comes in that. So family is what regarded as a major social institutions. So it is a center of humans' social activities, mean that we get learning from the family at the very beginnings, that در حالی که ما شما میگیم که فامیل اولین اداره اجتماعی هستند، وقتی که انسان به دنیا میآید ذهنشان خالی می باشد، هیچ چیز آن در ذهنشان نمی باشد، فقط یک موجود بیولوژیک هستند، حیات هستند. هر چه قسم که ما بخوایم اینا تربیه بدیم، اینا ما سوشالایزیشن بدیم، همون قسم انسان رشد میکنه. به این خاطر ما میگیم اولین جایی که شخصیت سازی در آنجا میشه، او انسان شخصیت سازی انسان که میشه او در فامیل میشه. به این خاطر که فامیل یک مرکزی همه فعالیت های اجتماعی هستند. یعنی در آنجا هر کسی که هر فعالیت را انجام میده، دیگرها یا اعضای فامیلی ما، چیزایی که اطفال هستند، از ما کاپی پیست میکنند. همون کاری که ما انجام میدیم شاید برای در نزد آنها برایشان درست معلوم شود، شاید کاری ما غلط باشه، ولی ما انجام میدیم. به این خاطر ما باید کوشش کنیم که اما فعالیت هایی که ضرورت به ما شما برای آن ضرورت داریم و باید انجام شود تا که دیگرها از ما بیاموزند. That's why we see that it's a major social institutions. When we talk about the word social, it means our activity should not be against the principle and values of culture of a society, as well as it should not be against the religious principles. So a family say that a family is a social group which is characterized by common residence, economic cooperation is there, and reproduction is there. So it's been defined by different social scientists differently, that some of more dark define that a family is a social group. This social group is characterized by common residence, and there is a economic cooperations, and there is a reproduction is taking place. So everyone who lives in a family, so that is having a common residential place. So economic institutions, so there is economical support. So we are being supported by each other through the economic institutions. So reproductions, we get married, and through the process of marriage we reproduce the race of humans. So this is a family. Now the question is here: is a family a universal institution? It means, is that family could be found everywhere around the world or not? Of course, it is a universal institution. Where there is human, there is a family. So the family is universal because it performs essential function necessary for the survival and continuity of humans' existence in society. This then proves that the family works efficiently together and uses its resources effectively in society. So the family's purpose for society is inseparable from its purpose for its individual members. It means that the purpose of family is not inseparable from the purpose of or objective of individual members. Whoever live in a family, they live for a specific objective and particular goals. So that is why family is a universal institution. It could be found in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south. So wherever there is a humans, there is a families. So that's why we think it's a universal institution. So now let us talk about that. What are the main or the basic characteristics of family, that how we do characterize the family, and how do we name that it's a family? How do we understand that it's a family? So families are being characterized by the following some points and that I have been gathered here. So first, foremost, very important characteristic of family that should play, that is mating relationship should be there. So without it, it may no family come into existence. So no family will come into existence if there is no mating relationship. So mating relationship is important for the procreation of generations. In upbringing of the children, its importance. So if you would like to make a family, so the first thing that is required is to have a mating relationship. It means that husband and wife should have a social approval, like for example a marriage. After getting marriage, after the social approval, so they will reproduce the next generation. So reproduction of the next generation, it is only possible that we would say that the society should exist, the human should exist, the further generation should exist. So there should start a mating relationship, which is being prepared by the family members through social approval and social approval of a family. The second characteristics of a family, that is a marriage. So marriage is the foundation of family. If there is no marriage, so where is a family? So family comes after the marriage. So that's why that marriage is the foundation of family. It is established through institution of marriage. So family comes into being after the institution of marriage. So institutions are rules, regulations, social norms, culture and values of society which are being accepted, and through these accepted rules and regulations we are performing a definite and particular activity. So marriage is institutions, marriage is rules, there are rules. We do marry based upon following some rules and regulations. So that's why marriage is an institution. So and the third characteristic of a family, that is a common habitations. هر جایی که فامیل است، فامیل جای خاص بوده داشته می باشد که ما او را common habitation میگیم. یعنی نام فامیل را که میگیم مانا این هستند که یک به خاطر زندگی کردن یک جای خاصی بوده داره. So that is a family. So common habitation, a family requires a homes, a household, or a place for living. That member of family live together under the one roof. So if we all member of family would like to live under the one roof, then we need a common habitations, common residence in which all people should live together as a family. So that's why every family should have a common habitations and need satisfactions. One of the important points here to remember, that families are established and formed in order to satisfy the needs of family members, other family members. So a family head is supposed to meet the economic needs of members and to raise their living standard. It means that father is the responsible person in a family in order to raise the standard of living of their family members and economically support their children's, economically support their other family members. So that is the characteristic of family. Family is known by this, that the needs should be satisfied from theirs. And command is another characteristic. It means every family members. A family is best school of command for children. So they learn how to obey the commands of elders and leaders of a society. So father or elder of family members is the commander of a family. They commanding the family members, these children, that to do this, it's good, not to do this, it's bad. So the elders of a family is giving a command. So a family should have a command system. It means there should be an elder who is commanding the others and preventing the family members from the bad or wrongdoings, and just encouraging them to do the positive things in positive activity and positive actions in societies. So there should be a command system in every families. So where there is no command system in a family, you see that there is a disorganization. So families are beginnings, families are producing then the criminal to the society is bad. If someone is doing something wrong, the elder of family is going to supposed to keep him away from the bad thing, from the bad and wrongdoing activity in the society, because commanding system is there. So a system of nomenclature. Every family is known by its own name. So that's why we say that there should be a system of nomenclatures. یعنی هر فامیلی که در جامعه موجود هستند یک با اساس نامگذاری خاص برای ما شما اما شناختش با ما شما واضح شده. یعنی هر فامیل با اساس امو سیستم خودشان نامگذاری شده. So every family is known by name and it has its own system of nomenclaturing, and they just name their family. So another important things of the characteristic of family, that is culture transmissions. So this is very important because of if there is no family, then there will be no culture transmissions. So it is the only family which maintains and culture stable and transmitted to the next generations, because culture is learned and shared by society and by the residents. So that's why if you would like to transfer the culture, the values, the norms, the norms of our societies from one generation to the next generation, so then it needs to be transformed, and family members are responsible to transform these cultures to the next generation. That next generation is being aware what's happening now, what was happening in the past, and they get the support from the family members. So families are every family should transport or transfer the cultures to the next generation. Emotional basis, that is another important characteristics of a family, that family relationship is based on human emotions and sentiments such as love, affection, sympathy, cooperations. So family members of family support each other emotionally, so they provide love, they provide care and protection to the other family members, and are ready to make the sacrifice for the welfare of the families. So that is what, that every family there should be an emotional basis. So emotions should be transferred, love should be transferred, affections, cooperations, and trust will be transferred from one generation to the next. And this characteristic every family should have it. But unfortunately in Afghanistan, if you see, most of the families are not playing this role in the societies, and they are missing this characteristics of family. It means there is no love and affection with children in the family members. So they don't send their children to schools, to madrasa, and to make them a great leaders in the future. So that's why they should have to be very careful regarding the emotional, that do not kill the emotion of your children, but upgrade and encourage the emotion of your children. Whatever you do in the family in regard to the psychological training of your children, that would be taken with the children's their lifetimes, and they will follow and implement in their societies. Social regulations. So family members are trained to follow social norms and customs through the process of socialization. So family is considered the link between individual and society. So we say it's a link between individual and society. It's the family which makes it members a responsible citizen by giving them social norms and value in the societies. So we are being regulated, our activity, our conducts are limited and regulated by the family members. They're regulating, they're controlling and managing and governing our conduct in the society. It should be a proper actions, it shouldn't be improper actions. So the link between society, the link between the society and individual is made because of the family. So these are the characteristics of family. Families are sometimes it is permanent as well as it could be temporary as well. So that is the family institutions characteristics. Now we go ahead with the next, that is importance of family. As we see that the study of family is very important, as it play a very important roles in the formation of human societies. So formation of human societies because of the families. So by bending man and woman and children in a stable relationships, so they make a family, then there is the existence of societies. So transmission of culture take place within the family, so that's why it's important. And culture, wisdoms, and knowledge about social norms and social values and customs or passed from one generation to another. So it's possible only by the existence of family. They do these functions which transfer from one generation to another. So the family in which one is born, that family is called the family of orientation. So the family is the single most important influence in a child life. So from their first moments of life, children depends on parents and family to protect them and provide for their needs. Parents and family from a child first relationships. So family is very important because the first place from where the children are influenced and their personalities are developed and their behaviors are developed, their emotions are properly socialized and trained. That is a family. So existence of family is the existence of humans and existence of societies. Existence of family is the existence of other norms and cultures and values of societies. So that's why it's very important to have a family. And the next thing that regarding the family, why is family so important to society? So the primary or the main function of the family is to ensure the continuation of society, both biologically through procreations and socially through socialization. From the point of view, the family primary purpose is procreation, and family function is to produce and socialize children. It means that if there is no family, it means there is no existence of society. So family is both important for biological reproduction of children's other generation, that is called procreations, and as well as socially, family is important just to socialize the family members. हम बनस्ल बादी ما ज़रूरत बफ़ामिल दारिम की जामिया इजाद जामिया मौजूदियत जामिया बअसास फ़ामिल सूरत में गिरा अमी फ़ामिल बस हयात इंसान रखे नस्ल बादी कि अमी जामिया जिंदा माना प्रोक्रिएशन सूरत में गिरा यानी नस्ल बादी बमियान में वही बाहमकारी फ़ामिल सूरत में गिरा در پالویی که نسل بعدی میآید در پالویی که مهمتر دوم پیشگیری هستند او همچنان تربیه انمی نسل بعدی هستند که او را ما socially through socializations اگر فامیل نباشه خود جامعه هم نیستند و وظایفی از فامیل نمی هستند که و پرودکشن میکنه human race productions هم انسان ها هم نسل را تولید میکند و همچنان تربیه میکند یعنی socialization of children و reproduction of children. This is the importance of family because after this there is existence of society. So family time is important because it allows family members feel loved and secure. It also helps kids and parents to gain trust with one another. Family is the only thing you can rely on in a tough situations. So whenever we are facing with any psychological tensions, with any psychological problems, with facing with any hardship in critical situation, the situation which is stressful for us and the situation is very tough, family is there to support us psychologically, mentally, socially, economically. So that's why it's really important for the existence of society. Family is and family is something you can trust with anything and have them when you have nothing else. So when you don't have anything else, so let you have a family, and family is the assets. That is an assets for you. That is the greatest assets for you. So you can utilize these assets in a right way to just remove and solve all your problems. So another thing that later on we will discuss about as well in details that regarding the function of family. So there are the four main functions of family. These four functions include regulation of sexual activity, socializations, and reproductions, and economic and emotional security. So there are the family has a lots of functions. It means that family play major roles in the societies in regard to the family members. But what a very much important four functions that are: first is regulation of sexual activity. So sexual activities are being regulated by the family. It means family provide this opportunity for couples through a social approval. They get married with each others, and social approval come into existence, and husband and wife accept each other as a legal entity. So after that, they make a relationship of sexual relationships. After that, sexual relationship introduction, which is the main function of the family. After that, reproduction of next generation comes. And beside the reproduction of generations, socialization of the next generation. It means family members to make them the great people. Socialization means to make the children great, to make them a great personality. And as well as that is economic and emotional security is another function that children are being supported economically. They are being provided with for their survival, food and shelters and other clothing facilities that they require in their life, and as well as emotional securities. So the family problems, there are several family problems. So the family performs a lot of activity to solve this problem. So the family performs several essential functions for the society. It socializes the children. Socialize means that they make the children great. Tarbiyah atfal. It provides emotional and practical support for its member. It helps regulate sexual activity and sexual reproduction, and it provides its member with a social identity. So socialization of children, maintenance and physical care, love and nurturance, production of goods and services, social controls of children, all are these the functions of family that they are performing. We are physically being protected from outside danger with support of the family. Love is being given to us. That is the function of family, as well as they produce some goods and services for our existence, for our survival, and they do social control of their children. When they do something bad, they do control them. When they do something good, they encourage them just to go ahead with it. So these are the functions of a family that they are performing. Religious functions. So children are being taught that you're Muslims. For example, they taught the all principles regarding the religions. They just teach them the good things which is in Islam, and that encourage the Muslims to go ahead with it. And they also teach them, give them the lesson of all those things which are prohibited in Islam. So religious teaching, the religious educations, as you better know, it's very at the very beginning it starts with the families. So economic functions, as I earlier mentioned this point there, that for our existence and for our survivals in the society, so we need to be economically supported by the family members. And a good physical growth and development, that is only possible by the economic support of our families. Social functions, we do learn a lot of things in the family members, teach us the good things in societies, which is really important for us. So that is what social functions. Cultural functions, the cultural heritage from the past is being transformed to us, and it will goes to the next generation. So the family do these actions. And social control as by reward and punishment. For example, they do tell the children that if you do something good, this is the great works being performed by you, so you will be rewarded. Or if you do something wrong, you would be punished and fined. Penalty will be given to you. So a social control, that is the function of families. Family looks after its aged and disabled members. So family do have major rules. When their peoples are disabled, their functional abilities are not intact and fine, so they can do something for their life. So families are there to perform these actions and support their family members. whether that is aged people, whether that is disabled peoples. So if families are not good, society would be not good, and nation would not be good. So it's the family is directly linked to the society. It means that the development of family, the development of society. The lacking behind a family is the lacking behind of a society. So that is why family play a major roles in human societies. If look at here in Afghanistan, many of the families are disorganized, and they're disorganization and family members regarding to there is a weak social control. So because of weak social control and disorganization and many problems that exist in our society, it leads to the disaster in the society that today we see a lot of criminals who are part of the family. There are a lot of criminals who are the production of this family. So they are doing a lot of things in the society which is against the dignity of human, which is against the norms and principle of religion and principle of a country's law. So that's why many psychological, mental problems and social problem has been created in the society. It's because of the weaker social controls and the weaker social control and socialization of family members. So even if family members should try their best to help better socialize their children. طوری که چقدر ما بگوییم باز کم هست. فامیل یک اساسترین وظیفه، بنیادترین وظیفه خود را انجام میده، وظایف خود در جامعه. اگر فامیل درست داشته باشیم، ما جامعه درست را خواهد داشته باشیم. اگر فامیل درست نباشد، طبعا ما در جامعه بسیار امرای مشکلات اجتماعی رو برو میشیم، بخاطر که خوری مشکلات اجتماعی که اصلا این باعثی بینظمی فامیلی ما شما شده، به خاطر که اعضای فامیل از خانه بیرون میشه، کارهای غیر اخلاقی، کارهای ندرست در جامعه انجام میده. بالاخره ما از لحاظ روانی باز مشکلات زیاد ایجاد میکنیم، به خاطر که در جامعه مشکلات زیاد هستند. به این خاطر امی خود فامیل جامعه ای را تولید میکند، امی فامیلی را تولید میکند. وقتی که اگر ما بخوایم یک بهترین خانواده و بهترین جامعه داشته باشیم، بهترین افغانستان داشته باشیم، پس ما وظایف خود را در قبال اطفال خود که تربیت سالم و درست است، وظایف خود را شناسایی کنیم و وظایف خود را به شکل درست انجام بدیم. انشالله یک افغانستان پر از لذت، پر از امنیت، پر از خوشی و پر از رفاه داشته باشیم ما شما. So till then, see you next time with the next lectures. Wish you all the best. Thank you for your attentions. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.